Well, the market's essentially ignoring concerns about terrorism today, instead feeding off of the juice from dovish Fed notes. We are back with Sabrina Schaefer, Independent Women's Forum, Wall Street Journal's Paul Vigna, and our own Adam Shapiro. Adam, it seems like all they were focused on, the markets today, was what did the Fed say that so pleased the markets?
Well, that they're going to be patient, although they are looking for a timeline to raise interest rates. But what everyone's betting on and what's pleasing the markets is that, Mario Draghi, his hand is getting very tight. His options are very few with the deflationary reading we got out of Europe. So the expectation is that the Fed here will be very patient before it raises rates, and that Mr. Draghi is going to have to do some easy money stimulus to get things going in Europe.
Sabrina, it seems to me the Fed wants it both ways. On the one hand, they want to say the economy's doing well. On the other hand, they want to keep zero interest rates. What's the effect of that?
Well, I'm just concerned about all of the currency manipulation. Look, I mean, at some point there's no free lunch. So we're seeing policies here, the quantitative easing. How long can this go on? Now we're seeing that Europe is wanting to follow suit. I think at some point this is going to have a bad ramification.
Well, and Paul, what we see in Europe in some places like Switzerland are negative interest rates. That is, they are so conservative now in terms of being unable to give out any money that you have to pay them if you want to park your money there. Could we see negative interest rates? We already have the 10-year below 2 here.
Right. Well, I don't think you're going to see negative interest rates soon here. You've seen it in Germany, too, where the rates are even lower than what we have here. And it's just a function of the market. People are buying so much that they are pushing those rates into a negative, into the negative, whereas in Swiss they're orchestrating it. But look, the fact of the matter is the 2-year below 10%, the 10-year below 2%, the yield, that says something not only about the state of the United States, but about the state of the global economy. That's not just U.S. investors buying that. That is people everywhere looking for a safe haven. And you talk about the market up 200 points today. That's great. You look at what were the best sectors in 2014. They're all defensive sectors. Right. So yeah, the market, if you just kind of look at it on the surface, it looks very bullish. There are a lot of investors out there looking for safe places to park their money.
All right, let's move on. Vegas Sands chief Sheldon Adelson has a report on the corrupt underside of doing business in China that is about to be released or may be released. Will that sour investors on investing in the country? Sabrina, they didn't want this report to come out, but apparently it is going to come out, and it just shows how corrupt that country is. Might that sour investors on investing there?
It might, but it might not. I mean, let's remember that Adelson made the majority of his fortune, his $25 billion, by investing more than $12 billion in China. So I think that there's something sort of interesting going on here that he's now turning in sort of.
But he's used to dealing with Vegas. He's used to dealing with the crowd there. Not everybody is.
Yeah, and in Vegas, we've actually sort of done a very good job at getting rid of sort of the criminal element that used to run many of those casinos. That appears to be the case in China still.
Yeah, Paul?
I think people a long time ago sort of made their peace with the fact that there's corruption in China. I mean, we know it. It's there. It's been there for a long time. Investors, they haven't cared yet. I don't know why this would change their opinions.
What do you think, Adam? Do you think that maybe people will be less inclined to buy Alibaba if they see how corrupt it is? Go ahead.
Nope, absolutely. Get that scene from Casablanca. I'm shocked to find gambling here. You're winning, sir. I mean, but the Chinese are cracking down on corruption and organized crime in Macau. But the other part of this is that good luck. But the Adelson, the documents that are not yet public, and they may not be public.
They may not,
but the judge is keeping them private as of right now.
Yeah. But again, Sabrina, I think sometimes when people see that, I mean, yes, everybody knows it's corrupt there. Yes, everybody knows it happens on every level. But when you see the details, you don't think that's going to make people feel uneasy at all?
Well, I suspect it might, but at the same time, I'm still sort of suspicious as to why he's exposing this. He has so much money, so much real estate.
Well, hold on a second. The reason is he may be forced to. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he wants to. I think because of a separate legal case, he may be forced to.
This is being brought on by the guy who is running the Chinese operations, and he's alleging wrongful termination, and he's trying to use this report as part of. He's saying that he was forced to do it.
Is China getting any better with this corruption thing at all?
Honestly, who knows? Yes, Adam said it. The officials are making a big show of clamping down on corruption. But are they clamping down, or are they just, getting rid of the old scoundrels for the new scoundrels? I'm not convinced.
All right. Invest at your own risk, folks. Meanwhile, thank you, Sabrina Schaefer, Paul Vigna, and Adam Shapiro. Well, a rally in stocks and